Hi everyone. Okay, so we're back for another episode of Mixed Media Morsels, and I think before we move on to other things, I would like to do one more background. I'm really loving the way all of these look in the book. It just makes me happy looking at all this gorgeous color. I just love it. I hope you guys are loving it as much as I am, because I really am. Okay, so we're going to do it on the back of this one. And it's another pretty simple technique, and it will give you a lot of texture. And it's texture that's very similar to the first one we did with the plastic wrap. Only this one is a much quicker process because you can actually use your heat tool and dry it up and be done. So we're going to take a page from our book or whatever it is that you're working on. And then you're going to take a simple piece of tissue paper. Okay, this is just gift wrap from Christmas. You can use a tissue paper from a shoebox. Any little piece of tissue paper you can find. You're going to wad it up and make it very wrinkly, okay? All right, so we got it all crinkled up. And then you're going to take a mixture of glue and water. This is 50-50 glue and water. And I'm sure you can use your Mod Podge or, you know, any other kind of adhesive. I'm just using this because I don't necessarily want it shiny, okay? So I'm just using some glue and water and just coating the paper. Okay, and we're only going to put the glue under the tissue. We're not going to put the glue on top. A little bit of it will seep through because tissue paper is so thin. But we're not going to deliberately paint it onto the top, okay? So you're going to just put this down, and you want to intentionally have lumps and bumps and wrinkles, okay? This will be pretty sticky because, like I said, it'll come through the tissue, and so immediately you're going to feel the stickiness. So just be careful as you're pressing it in because it'll stick to your fingers and pull back up. So just gently kind of tap on it, right? And keep all those yummy wrinkles, okay? Because that's going to be your texture. Okay. But you do want to make sure that it's sticking to the paper underneath, okay? Okay, I usually check corners on stuff like this and just touch them up real gently with the brush because it's going to be wet. And the tissue is tearing a little bit here. You'll notice it's starting to tear a little bit on the corner there. Well, it didn't go all the way through, but it's about to. And that's okay because we're going to trim it all up anyway. I'm just making sure that all of this is going to be stuck. And you can push that stuff up there and wrinkle it up even more when you're getting those corners and edges. Okay. Okay, I think we're just about good here. Okay. And then you can take your heat tool and go ahead and dry it. Some of these pieces that folded over, I'm just going to brush underneath that fold and just to make sure that that's stuck down. If you see any that are sticking way up, you can do that just to make sure that they're not. I mean, it's okay if they're lifted a little and bumpy and stuff, but I don't want anything to be folded way up high. Okay. Okay, finish it up here. Now, because I'm using the page that I did my glue the glue resist on. A lot of the see that straight line? There's several straight lines that I did on mine, and it's showing those through. I don't really want those to come through on this texture. So I think for mine, I'm going to add a little bit more tissue on top just to kind of camouflage some of the straight lines. I've got some scraps here. Let's see if I can just put a little bit of this on there and see if it makes a difference. It might not, I don't know. You don't have to do this if you don't have the problem that I'm having. And it's not really a problem. I just don't want those straight lines that the other technique kind of left in my paper. And maybe this will help. I don't know. Hard to do with sticky fingers. There we go. Well, might have helped a little bit. Probably won't know until we get it dry. That can't be any worse, so I figured we'll just go ahead and do what we need to do. I'm using my hand because it's not already sticky to press down. Of course, as it gets sticky, it starts to be a problem, but well, still see it a lot, but I think we'll still get the idea of what the technique is supposed to be. I will just let it go. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to trim the paper. All right. So now we've got some good lumpy texture from the tissue paper. Okay. All right, so we're going to take some paint now. And you can use any color you want for this technique. I'm going to use a little bit of aqua. And you're going to want to water it down a little bit. Okay, like we did before, make it, watery. All right. And I'm going to do the whole page in this color. You can do a couple of colors if you want, whatever you like. Once you see what I'm doing, then you can decide what you want to do as far as color goes. All right, so I'm making, sorry, I got a little out of frame there. I'm making this this paint, you know, watery. All right, just mixing the water in with the paint. Okay, then just you know, cover your tissue covered paper. Okay. You can see where the wrinkles are. It makes it a little darker because that tissue paper is holding more of the paint. So you get a little bit of a dark two-tone kind of quality there. I just want to wipe this off the back of my get that green off my other sheet. That's why I wiped that up instead of trying to save it. Okay. Right, once you get your paint on, and it will make the, because it's watery, it's going to make that glue feel a little tacky again like before. And you want to dry it up. Okay, it's already looking pretty good, huh? All that cool texture on there. All right, and then next I'm going to take a cobalt blue ink pad, and I'm going to run it across the surface, and it's really going to highlight all of those wrinkles. Really makes them stand out, and it looks so cool. Now you can do this with a darker color paint on your finger, but put a little on your mat and just touch it and then kind of get some of it off. Like, you don't want it dripping on your finger, you just want it coating your finger a little bit, and then you want to just gently go across the surface so that it just hits the high parts of the texture that you put on. All right, that is so cool. I can see some of the lines from the glue, but I can see all the other goodness too. Look how neat that looks. So cool. So this is one that you can do and get some really cool texture in the background without having to wait for all that glue to dry or all that paint to dry under the plastic. And you get a pretty cool look. Yeah, that's really cool. I'll probably run the ink pad over it just a little bit more after I finish filming here, but I wanted to just give you the general idea of how neat that looks. I did one earlier in browns, and I love it. Isn't that neat? It's just got the coolest look to it, like tree roots or branches or something. I mean, it's just neat looking, and it's very, very textury. I love it. So that's your next one. That's number 5. So everybody can get on to that one. And then the next video, I'm thinking I might do something a little bit different and not do a background, but do something that's maybe like an embellishment that you can use on an art journal page. And I haven't decided exactly yet what I'm going to do. I've got a couple of ideas in mind, so I just haven't chosen the one that I want to do. So anyway, have fun with this, guys, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.